Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. If you're new to the channel, my name is Joey and this is my YouTube channel, Burtoni Motors. It's a place where I get to talk about cars and motorcycles, and basically if it has wheels and an engine, I'm probably interested and probably going to talk about it. In today's video, I am going to talk about my 2022 Ford Bronco. If you're new to the channel, the Bronco saga, like a lot of other people out there, has been full of issues. I originally ordered it from a dealer down South Carolina, no communication, nothing for about a year, got very frustrated, was able with a lot of help from Ford to transfer that to a local Michigan dealer, and I took delivery of this Bronco about 3 weeks ago. The weather in Michigan hasn't been very good the last few weeks, so I haven't had the opportunity to get outside and record this, but today is the nicest day that we've had in Michigan, and you know that I was going to get out here no matter what and shoot this video. I even tried to clean the car to the best of my ability this afternoon. About 20 minutes ago, literally 20 minutes ago, I went to the car wash, sprayed it down. It was better than when I took delivery of it off the showroom floor, and just driving here, which is like 10 minutes away, car got filthy. All right, that's being said, let's get some of that sexy B-roll going, and then let's jump into the Bronco. Today's video, I'm gonna talk about how I spec'd it, why I spec'd it, any issues that I've had with what I spec'd so far, and just general thoughts moving forward with the Bronco on my channel. So, let's, I feel like I should do like some kind of cool cut, like B-roll. All right, let's talk about the Bronco. As you guys, the biggest thing that you're gonna see right away is that I elected to go for the two-door route versus the four-door. Why is that? Well, it's not a really great answer, but it's the honest answer, and that is that I just think the two-door looks better than the four-door. Am I going to regret the lack of practicality down the road? Absolutely. Am I over the moon with the two-door as of right now? Absolutely. I don't really have a lot of people or friends I'm going to be putting in the back seats. I'm actually probably going to be ripping those rear seats out anyway and building a nice like overlanding platform. But until then, two doors, two seats, it works best for me. Now, second thing that you guys are going to see, race red. Last year, I had 3 black vehicles. I had a Ram 1500, I had a 97 328i, which was my drift car, and I had a 91 Volkswagen Jetta. All of those cars were black. They all had black interior. They were all the same. And I always harp on people who don't have, who have boring color cars, right? Like, why don't you get the cool green? You're buying a Ferrari, get something besides red. You're buying Corvette, why are you getting yellow? Whatever it is, there are so many cool colors out there. And I said, enough of the black. So moving forward, I will never have another black or a white car again, and I'm sure that I'm going to regret saying that. In a clip in a few years, there's going to be another black or a white car in my garage, but right now, race red, and I absolutely love it. I have another vehicle in order from Ford with the race red, and I think it's one of my favorite colors that Ford makes right now. A few weeks ago, I was down in Phoenix driving a Ford Mustang, the Mach 1 at the Radford Raceway, and I had to choose the Mustang that was race red just because I now have like a kind of a attachment to this color, which is weird to say. I've never really had that outside of maybe Lamborghini's Diablo 30th anniversary purple, that purple. The only reason why I like that car is because my history with Lamborghinis, but also my very first motorcycle was custom painted that purple as well. So that color kind of means something. It's weird how we have attachments to colors. I'm rambling. Step 2, or what else is on this? These big old meaty chunky bitch tires on the Sasquatch package. The Sasquatch package it's expensive. I think for this car is like $6,500, and you get a bunch of fun things. We'll talk about more about that, but visually, it's what I wanted my Bronco to look like, right? I wanted it tall, wanted big tires, I wanted it to be the most off-road capable vehicle I've ever owned, and by far, this is it. Ain't nothing comes close to this Bronco. Now, next up, we're talking about the engine, the 2.3 or the 2.7. I got the 2.3. I didn't think that extra like 30 horsepower bump and like, I think it's like 70 or so pound-feet of torque, more from the 2.3 to 2.7 was really worth the $2,000. I think it's rated at 275 horsepower and 315 foot-pounds of torque. If you use better fuel, it raises up like 5 or 6%. Nothing crazy. Should I probably be using better fuel? Probably. Will I do it? Probably not. So far, I've had 0 issues with the 2.3, no desire, no real regrets there not getting the 2.7. If they made a different engine that I would potentially think about, yes. If Bronco put the diesel that's in the Ford Ranger into the Bronco or some sort of hybrid system, I might have got that, but those are years away right now, right? They've got the 2.3, totally fine. More than happy with it. Love the turbo, little JDM shit. Just kidding, it's not JDM at all. I don't know why I said that, but it's fun. So let's get moving. Now, as you guys can see, I didn't go with the manual, and I have no regrets not going for the manual. And I know a lot of people were like, oh, you got to get the manual, blah, blah, blah. Enough people are taking the manual that I don't feel guilty getting the automatic. I think it was something crazy, like 20% of everyone who got a Bronco elected to have the manual. That's an impressive number. Why did I not go for the manual? Honestly, I don't like driving SUVs and trucks with a manual transmission. I don't find any enjoyment with that. I'd much rather that be in, you know, smaller, lighter powered sports cars. So automatic, it was. More than happy for that. Now that we're inside, obviously you guys can see that I selected the black Onyx interior and not that like brown sandstone. I just feel like red and black kind of go well together. The red with the brown, I feel like that would kind of clash. But so far, this interior is very nice. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. Kind of wanted to get comfy because we're gonna be talking for a while. So why did I choose? Okay, there's like, you know, there's multiple variants of the Bronco, right? There's the base, there's the Big Bend, there's the Wild Track, there's now the new Raptor. There are a lot of different Broncos out there. And ultimately, the one I chose was because of a single reason, and I'll tell you that reason. I was originally just gonna go to the base, right? I didn't need anything. I just wanted a base vehicle with a Sasquatch package. That was gonna be everything that I needed it to do. And then I realized that I live in Michigan and it's cold. And my family's in Colorado and it's cold. And the best thing to have when you are outside in the cold is heated seats. So the only way I could get heated seats was basically upping from the base to the Big Bend model and electing to have the medium package, premium package, which adds heated seats to the car. What it doesn't do, and what I thought it did, was add a heated steering wheel. Somebody told me that at the Bronco Nation in the forums, like the week after my vehicle went into production, they're like, oh, you're not gonna get a heated steering wheel. And I freaked out and I did a bunch of research and they were right, no heated steering wheel. Now, Ford touts the Big Bend as their, you know, everyday mainstream off-roader. And I think that's everything that I ever am going to need with this vehicle. Knowing that the majority of the time I'm going to be on, you know, dirt roads, maybe some dual track. Is that what it's called? Double track? Double track. Single track, double track. That would make sense. Double track. And I'm not really into off-roading in terms of like rock climbing and stuff like that. That doesn't really appease me. Why? Well, because I'm a motorcycle guy, right? I'm always going to have a motorcycle with me. I bought this vehicle with the towing upgrade. So there's a hitch down here and I already have a motorcycle rack. It's gonna go across the back of it. I'm gonna be able to load and unload my dirt bike whenever I want and to go wherever I wanna go. It's going to be super easy. I already figured out the clearance with the tire. That's not gonna be an issue. And ultimately, I'd much rather be on the trails on a dirt bike than I ever would be on a car. If I ever get to the point where I need to, you know, do some more aggressive off-roading, I'm sure a few $1,000s will get me everything I'm going to need to make this, you know, the next step in my, you know, Bronco life. But until then, you know, dirt bike's where it's at. So a few things that we're gonna So a few things that we're gonna go through in the Big Bend that I just wanna point out and what distinguishes it from the base are as follows. One, got a carbonized gray painted grille over the black, right? The black looks nice, but I don't love it. I've seen a few people paint the grille to match the rest of the car. And honestly, like you guys know, I love race red. I think that's something that I might do down the road, just to kind of clean up the front. I'm still undecided on what I'm going to do with the front grille and the front bumper. Nothing has come to the market yet that I'm like overly thrilled with, so maybe down the road. Number 2, the train management system with the 6 selectable GO.A.T modes. Go over any train, go over any train. Bam, look at that. Ford's marketing works, because I don't know why I would need to know that, but I do. So it's normal, eco, sport, slippery, sand, and mud and ruts. In addition to that, the LED fog lamps are in the front on the bumper. Interior grab handle, it's on the center console. I had to like do some research to figure out like why, like are there no grab handles in the base Bronco? No, there's one in the center console, and you can actually add that to the base if you want. It's only like 120 bucks. I don't love it. I think it's kind of shaky. We'll talk about that later. What else? When you upgrade from the base, you get 32-inch all-terrain tires and the 17-inch gray painted aluminum wheels. But since I got the Sasquatch package, I didn't get to see those. I have no idea what they look like. Completely gone out the window. In addition to that, the AC power, so like actual like household power plug in the Bronco on the center console. My issue with that is, so like I love that because I like to travel. I like to have my computer with me. I like to have my drone with me and my camera. It's really nice to be able to just plug that in and charge up your devices. The issue though is its placement. It's in the rear console, so like the center console, that console, but when the seats are folded up, you have no access to it. I already told you guys that I'm going to probably remove the seats, and one of those biggest reasons on why I'm going to remove them completely is because I want to have access to that AC at all times, and if they're all the way like moved up, no access. That seems like a really dumb mistake. I wish they put them in the front dash. I wish they put it anywhere else besides where they put it. So on top of that, I got the mid package, and we'll walk through all of this, right? So that's 2-door intelligent access with the lock and unlock. I think the coolest thing with that is that I can do everything through my phone. It's like forward pass, forward smart pass, something like that. I can start it wherever I'm at in the world, get it going, cycle for a few minutes, turn it off, whatever that may be. I'm really bad at it. I'm really good at it. I really love, that's like walking out of the mall, walking out of the airport, starting it, getting those butt warmers set up, just, you know, making sure the car is ready for you when you get back. Dual zone temperature climate, so left, right, heat, cold, whatever. Ambient footwell lighting, whatever. I could have tossed that out. The AC power, the auto dimming rear view mirror. That's nice. So you don't have like high beams in your eyes. Something that I've noticed from the BMW, which was, you know, slammed on the ground drift car, versus this. Not a lot of vehicles are that high up that I can get beams in my eyes. So unless you have a higher or a taller truck or Bronco or Jeep than me, it's probably not going to be an issue. So I'm kind of fine with that. What else? Illuminated sliding visor vanity mirror. So like the mirror that flips up on the... It's nice if I need it. Remote start, we talked about that. Reverse sensing system. So there's the camera. There's little radars on the bumpers. They basically tell me if I'm going to hit something. If you got a camera, that's like all you need to know. And this car is not very long. Like, you shouldn't have an issue, but I'm glad I have it. I know the moment that I have the motorcycle on the back here with the rack, it's going to be a pain in the ass, and it's going to beep all the time because it thinks we're going to hit something. I'll figure out the fuse I need to pull to knock that off. What else? The Sync 4 with the voice recognition. So that is their screen and UI experience. It's really nice. The only downside is that, so it has CarPlay, which is great, but for some reason, when my phone has Wi-Fi enabled, it will not connect to the sync system. And I don't know why, but I'm gonna ask around. There has to be a reason why. And I know that you can get like Wi-Fi. I don't think you can get it in this Bronco, but I know you can get Wi-Fi installed on other Ford vehicles. I wonder if that's an issue. More to come. And then the Ford Co-Pilot 360, which is just their driver assist program, right? That is the pre-collision assist, automatic emergency braking, blind spot information system, lane keeping system, rear view camera, and the auto high beams. Basically, Ford just wants you to be safe. I appreciate that, Ford. Thank you for making me safe. Now, on top of all of this, I added the auxiliary package, the auxiliary switches and the overhead consoles. So you lose a place to put sunglasses, but for $195, you think you get like 5 or 6 auxiliary switches, like boop, 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 that are already pre-wired to different places in the vehicle. So like on the front mirrors, there's a place for lights, the overhead lights, the rear, there's cables back here. So all of that is already wired from the factory for $195. I know I'm gonna be putting lights on this vehicle at some point. I don't know when, I don't know where, but they're already wired. It's the best thing ever. And then the tow package, right? So a 2-inch receiver, 4-pin and 7-pin already wired up, and I can tow up to 3,500 pounds. While I'll probably never tow a car with this vehicle, it's nice to know that if I needed to, I could. I got it just because, like I said before, I'm gonna be bringing my motorcycle around with me at a lot of places. It's just gonna be easier that way. This is the best way to do it, right? Without it, I would be without a motorcycle, and this Bronco wouldn't have worked for me, and I would have needed to keep the truck or get a new truck. Now, what am I missing that I wish I had? A few things. I made the mistake of thinking that the heated wheel was going to come with the heated seats. It didn't. That was my mistake. I'm really dumb for that. So far, it's not been a huge deal, but I know the one time I wish my hands were a little warmer, I'm gonna start kicking myself in the butt. Keyless entry pad. I don't know why I didn't elect to have it installed. They even made it better for this year. So like the first year, it was just black. The second year, they painted it to be the same color as your car, so it could have been race red. I was afraid it was just gonna look dumb on my door, and then I found a video of someone just like scraping it off, like with like a piece of floss, basically. And the entire thing is just adhesive. Then they put some more adhesive on it and just put it on the fuel door, and it was hidden, and now they had a keypad. While I had my phone to get into the car, and I have my keys to get into the car, another way to do it is always nice, just in case something happens to your phone and keys, you lose a backpack, you get screwed. Keypad would have been nice. And roof racks. I'm going to be putting roof racks on the vehicle anyway. I don't know why I didn't just elect to have them fitted on from the factory. I guess this is just an opportunity for me to have it, buy it separate, install it, make another video for you guys. It shouldn't be that difficult. I've watched some videos. Thank you, Bronco Nation, for making that video. But I can do it too. Now, let's talk about something that a lot of people have asked me about, and it's been a huge conversation around the Bronco, and that is the cost. A lot of people are spending a lot of money over MSRP to get a Bronco, and I get it. I understand it. Sometimes you need to get the first vehicle. You're a YouTuber. You want that social clout. You have a lot of money, or you want people to think you have a lot of money, and you want to have the vehicle first. I don't do that. I don't play that game. No interest in buying a car over MSRP. I don't even like buying new cars, but sometimes it has to be done because I didn't have another car that I could drive. So, how much did I pay for my Bronco? And we'll walk through it. Let's see, where is it? Where's it at? Is it here? Here's the breakdown. The vehicle selling price, so the price as spec'd was $45,000 and $45,029. Documentation fee was $220. Sales tax was $2,716. The CVR fee was $24. Transportation license fee was $5. Title and registration was $26. Extended service plan was $499, and I'll talk about that. Total cash price was $48,000. Notice how I didn't have to pay shipping and destination. That is because the dealer that I bought the Bronco from is literally across the street from the Ford factory where they build the Bronco, so they at times can just walk over there, pick it up, and not have to charge that. That is wonderful. So I saved myself like $1,800. Pretty damn good. Now I dropped like $5,000 as a cash deposit. So overall, everything was $43,000 that I'm financing over 72 months, and the monthly total is about $678 a month. It's not crazy. YouTube pays for the vehicle anyway, so whatever it may be. Could I have gotten more expensive Broncos? Absolutely. Could I have spec'd it cheaper? Absolutely. I feel like I could have easily made this under $600. I could have got the same Bronco if I just, put 15 or 20 grand down instead of the 5, but why would I, right? I'll end up selling this vehicle in a year or two anyway. We'll see what happens then. But the $499. So this is something that like no one really talks about, and I don't understand why. These tires are real expensive. Really expensive, right? For 35-inch tires, they're chunky boys. I got a tire and wheel insurance through Ford. Basically, if anything happens to these tires, if I get an accident or cut, damage, drive over a nail, whatever it is, they're going to replace that for me. It's a pretty damn good deal. I have that on my Ducati as well, and it saved me a few times. I ran over some nails, ran over 2 nails in my driveway, like the biggest idiot that I am, and $300 of tires saved, gone. Just dropped it off the next day. 2 days later, picked up the Ducati, new tire ready to go. Same with the Bronco. Very excited, and it's not just for my dealership, but it's everywhere. Super easy. That's kind of it. It's kind of my walkthrough of my Bronco so far. What's going to happen over the channel over the next few weeks, few months? I'm going to start speccing out my Bronco. My next video is going to be on my first upgrade. I've got some new things coming in the mail right now, waiting for them. And then I kind of just want to walk you guys through what I'm going to do with it, how my little overlanding setup is going to look. Am I going to get a rooftop temp, roof rack? Am I going to take the rear seats out? I'm going to put like a slider, a cooler, electric battery, like all of these things I'm going to start talking about, because one of the biggest issues that I've figured out so far is that with the 2-door and a motorcycle on the back, it's really difficult to get into the back of your Bronco without having to take your motorcycle and that rack off every single time you want to do it. Not impossible, it's not easy. So if you guys like Bronco content, which I'm assuming if you've made it this far in this video, you like Bronco content. Who doesn't? It's cool, it's good looking, it's better than the Jeep. Even though I just spent 3 years working on the Jeep account, I think this is pretty damn cool. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. There's a lot more YouTube content coming, that is for sure. And hopefully, knock on wood, I don't got any wood, knock on metal pillar, we'll not be in Michigan for the rest of the year, and we're gonna go see Colorado and hell, California, and I'm even thinking about driving up to Alaska in August, because why not? Sounds pretty cool. It is the Bronco after all. It's my little adventure vehicle, and that's why I bought it, to go on adventures. So that's it for right now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said before, if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you. All right, guys, go out there, drive safe. And end.